This is Tucson golf at its toughest out here.
Ooh, child, listen. Naturally, the voice within me that speaks to me.
Today we are in Tucson, Arizona at the beautiful JW Marriott Club at Starr Pass.
This is just one of the many gorgeous views at the club at Starr Pass. So the club at Starr Pass is made up of 3 different 9-hole courses.
The Rattler, Coyote, and Roadrunner course. Each of these 9s brings its own personality, challenges, and breathtaking views.
We're holding on to our hats today because it's a bit windy and there's a 3-hole challenge ahead of us. These 3 holes are known to be the toughest in Tucson. It's the Rattler course, holes 3, 4, and 5. It is a par 5, par 4, par 5, and there's a ravine on each of these holes, so you do have to be careful. Come with me, we're gonna head to the tee box of hole 3 on the Rattler course.
This Arnold Palmer-designed course is a true desert challenge which requires smart golf course management. There's a lot of natural terrain to watch out for, and as you can tell, the fairways are not level. And here I had about 200 yards in over the ravine to get to the green and 2 on this par 5. This shot was more likely to go left because the ball was above my feet. I tried to play a cut shot to compensate for that uneven lie. I also choked down on the club and widened my stance to help with that shot. I still pulled it to the left, but I avoided the bunker and the ravine. I'm glad I went over the ravine on that approach shot because I was looking at a pretty simple birdie putt. The screen is also severely sloped down towards that ravine, and then you have to keep an eye on the larger mountain ranges too because they come into play when it comes to the overall break of the green. Unfortunately, I didn't drop that putt, so we walked away with a par on the first hole of the challenge, but we're off to a pretty good start. As you can tell from the flag pin, it was incredibly windy, so it was pretty hard to hear some of the audio. Thankfully, some of the wind died down on my tee shot of hole 4.
All right, this is now hole 4 at the Rattler at the club at Starr Pass, par 4. Looks pretty straightforward down there. I want to obviously have my 150 marker out as a target there. And then I don't want to go too far to the right. Looks like there's danger. So I'm going to stay up on that left side. Wind is definitely helping me here, and it's actually pulling me towards that ravine. So hopefully I don't bomb this one too much into that ravine. All right, I played it safe. Really happy with that, actually. That's going to go. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, we're in a really good spot here. This might be birdie territory.
My goal is to break par on this challenge, so I was definitely going for those birdies. But it's much easier said than done at the difficult Starr Pass. This course was originally designed in the late 1900s, and Starr Pass quickly gained recognition for its stunning views, but also its rugged landscape. Due to these challenging elements, it became a popular spot for PGA Tour events. The first ever PGA Tour Tucson Open was held here, and legends like Phil Mickelson and Arnold Palmer all competed here. I got a taste of that challenge as my ball rolled past the green and into a very difficult spot to chip from. I needed this putt to save par, but it was on the side of a mountain, and I honestly couldn't tell which way it was going to break. So that's a bogey on our second hole of the challenge, hole 4 on the Rattler course. Now we're on to hole 5, which is also a par 5, and a chance to make birdie and end up even. The club at Starr Pass is a public course, and actually there's a hiking trail that goes right through the center of the course. This hiking trail is called the Richard Genser Starr Pass Trailhead, and it's the primary access point to the Tucson Mountain Park. This par 5 was a lot longer than I expected, so I had to lay up on my second shot, and I didn't lay up lightly. I even used a hybrid to lay up. This entire hole is uphill, and there's a ravine right before the green, so I wanted to play it really safe. We have a 5 hybrid in hand to make sure it gets over this desert and up on the green, hopeful for a birdie putt. We knew these 3 holes were going to be challenging, but it's also very rewarding when you go for it or when you stop to take in the views.
I'm pretty confident that I can make par on this one. It's a pretty straightforward up-down shot for me. I grabbed my pitching wedge because it is uphill, but there's nothing in the way here, so I can really bump and run this one. I need to definitely keep an eye out for the line though, so I'm checking up around the green. When you do a bump and run, obviously the breaks in the green affect your shot. So I'm looking at landing it on the fringe here, kind of letting it roll down. Now we're on a hill, so it's definitely going to be uphill. And then even though it looks like it's going to break that way, it's not going to be as drastic as I think because again, the hills are all up there. So it's probably going to come down this way and be pretty straight. Okay, I love this shot. I'll just show you how I set up to it. I keep my feet really close together, about a club head distance or 2, just like really close to where I'm basically setting up for a putt. Then I lift the heel of the club up so I don't catch it on anything on the way back. I press my hands forward to kind of de-loft this pitching wedge, and also it sets my wrists well so I don't break them when I'm hitting this shot, and my weight goes on my lead foot. Go in. Oh, so obviously the approach worked. I'll take that. And it didn't break as much as I thought either. I should have probably had it land a bit here, but now on the way back, I saw exactly where that went. So I'm gonna make sure my aim point now is about here on this putt down the hill, and I know it's gonna be so fast. So I do feel this, there is a hill here. So the green does run. I think the low point of the green is going to be down like towards the ravine, obviously. So I'm gonna do basically at the cup. Because it is so fast. Be good. All right, so it feels good to end with a par there. So we're 1 over on those 3 holes, which is not too shabby. I'll definitely take that. It is a very challenging 3-hole stretch of this Rattler, hole 3, 4, and 5. A par 5, par 4, back to par 5. And it does take a bit of determination and grit to get through these 3 holes. A friend of mine just said that they watch how you execute your putts around the green and how focused you are on those par 5s, because it takes some stamina and that shows a lot about your character. So thank you, Justin Ruppel, for that insight. I made sure to focus on these short game around the par 5s there. That's really where you score, and thankfully this up-down helped me out quite a lot. If you're in Tucson, I highly recommend stopping by the club at Starr Pass. It is a beautiful course, as you can tell, and very challenging as well. So you'll get a little bit of everything out here, and you'll see some amazing sights, probably some wildlife, and make sure to check out the Pro Shop for some great merchandise and excellent food. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to see more content like this and other course reviews. Comment below if there's a course that you would like me to review or visit, and then also other content you would like to see, like more challenges like this.